I'm Dominic Kane. This is Border Mania. I was the lead designer making this game, and this is Isaac.
I'm Isaac Morales. I was a game art. I did all the cards.
Hi, I'm Vaughn Jacobson. I did the rules and documentation for the game.
And I'm Sean McCoy. I did the board art and exterior board design.
We're just gonna run through like all the rules real quick, and we're just gonna kind of show how the game works and the idea that you're gonna get from playing this game.
So, starting off, each player picks a family and sets their pieces adjacent to their base. So, around the area. The players will then roll a dice to see who moves first. Then, at the beginning of their first turn, each player will collect 2 resources, as the place in the center of their base also counts as a resource that is permanently owned by the player. Resources are indicated by the colored squares on the side, acting as a key. The darker squares are the camps, the lighter blue is the ruins, etc. So for movement, at the start of each turn, a player starts with an amount of movement points that is indicated within their stat sheet, which is right there. They may split up their movement points however they choose amongst all of their pieces.
Yeah, well, moving. So we can. So I have 8 movement for my family here. So 1, 2. I'll get that resource, and then we'll go 3, 4. We'll enter that ruin, and we'll make our way this way. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Players don't have to use up all of their movement points. They can use any number they please up to their maximum. So moving into combat, players may attack camps and any other units within range. They roll a d20 and add that number to their attack power, which is also indicated on the stat sheet. That number is then subtracted from the health of the target. After an attack happens, there's a counter attack. So the defender would then also attack the attacker, which will be demonstrated.
So right here, we're at a camp right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's my rogue champion. So he has how much? He has 50 health and plus 6 attack, and we're attacking this troll camp right here. And let's see what we do. So we do 16 damage to it, and then on your sheet you can keep track of what's going on here with the health. So that's 35. So I would write 35 here minus 6. So we're at 27. And then then the camp attack back. So I was 4, so 4 plus 10 is 14. So I take 14 damage to my rogue.
So more than one unit may attack the same thing. So over here we have a DPS and a rogue who are in combat with the DPS of an opposing faction.
So I'll move up. It looks like I'm moving my rogue. I'm going to start attacking Dom's DPS.
Okay.
My rogue has 6 plus, so 17 plus 6, that's the
23.
23, thank you. That's
So
the damage I'll
23
do.
damage to okay.
Not
My
only
guy
that,
has,
but my DPS will also attack.
23 health left.
So my DPS is 10 plus roll, 15, which is 25. Wow, I know that one.
Well, my guy's at 1 health.
All right.
Would you look at that?
And Dom is able to attack back.
Yeah, I'm able to attack. I'll just choose which one I can attack, and then I'll hit that one. So I do 14 damage to your rogue there.
14.
Yep.
So it'll be 14 minus 50.
36.
36.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So units may only attack once per turn. So even though he had 2 units and he attacked one of Dom's units, Dom's unit can only attack once back because they only have 1 attack per turn. So moving on to the camp and resource tiles. So capturing tiles works by moving onto the tile and then placing your colored flag, which indicates ownership. So the players don't have to remain on the resource to continue gaining resources. They can move off so long as their flag is on the space. They will continue to gain resources. You can keep track of how much you're getting per turn on the stat sheet. The camp tiles are another thing. These tiles require the player to fight the camp before capturing it, only the first time it is captured. So upon moving to a new camp, the player would then fight the camp card that they draw out of the pile, and then once they have defeated it, then they can claim ownership of the camp and begin to purchase units and spawn them from the camp. So the units that are spawned can spawn anywhere in the adjacent tiles of the camp or at any other of your own camps. So say you own this camp and this one, and if you want to buy a unit from this camp, you can still spawn it over there. Those pieces just represent military units. So with the permission of the other players, of the owners of other camps, you can spawn your pieces at their camps as well. So if you decide to make an alliance with another player and you both own a camp, you can spawn military units at each other's camps.
Yeah. We're alliance right now, me and
Yeah,
Vaughn.
we're alliance.
So Vaughn's gonna move
I'm gonna
his.
spawn a unit at one of his camps
There we go.
because he let me.
Thanks, Vaughn. Now we can kick Dom's butt.
Yeah.
Moving on to the champions. Each family has 6 different champions. They are indicated as follows. The DPS is indicated by the sword. The ranged character is indicated by the bow and arrow. The rogue is indicated by the skull. The specialist character is indicated by the wave pattern. The tank character is indicated by the shield, and the wizard character is indicated by the beard and hat. All the champions have their own stats, which are indicated on the stat sheet. If a champion is to die, they don't respawn normally. However, there are cards that would say otherwise, which allow you to respawn those champions. Moving on to the Crazy King in the center. He is the raid boss of the game. So upon killing him, he has his own stats and does damage to all units within the gray area in the center. Upon killing him, you must move 2 of your champions, one male and one female, the genders are also indicated on the stat sheets, into the throne in order to win. So if there are 2 people and who are allied, and one of them supplies a male and the other supplies a female, then they both would technically win. If there are other enemies within the gray area, so say Dom had one of his guys in the middle, Vaughn and Isaac would have to remove his unit by whatever means necessary in order to successfully claim the throne. Back to the king cards. So at the end of everybody's turn, they roll a dice. This dice has 2 symbols on it and 4 blank sides. Upon rolling either of the symbols, just say that was one of the symbols, there would be a king card that is moved. So these have effects upon any part or all of the entire board. So that one, for example, the mountain nation loses 5 attack. So everybody within the mountain nation, which is also indicated by the colors on the sides, they would lose 5 attack to each of their characters. At the end of everybody's turn, they roll it, and once the symbol comes up, a new card is turned over, and the effect takes place on the beginning of the next turn. Last but not least, these ruin spaces. These are special spaces that allow players to gain special advantages over other players. So when they land on these spaces, they draw a card out of the ruin deck and follow the instructions on the card. So for example, they found 5 gold. So they would add 5 gold to their personal gold count. However, a champion may not enter the same ruin space twice in a row. So to recap, players can either form alliances or work solo to push their military into the center and remove the Crazy King from his throne and take it for themselves. And that is Border Mania.
Thank you.